this stuff. All right, so let's do some circles. Coach, do you have a ring? Yeah, long jump ring. All right. All right, so we're gonna talk about circles now, guys. So, who wants to do circles? Sarah? Okay. All right, so Sarah, what I want you to do is keep your feet flat, and whichever way you're going, drop that right shoulder back. Okay. So you're here, relax. You drop it back flat. Flat. So if you're going that way, keep the right shoulder back. Okay. If you want to go that way, you can go that way.
You know whose this is?
Huh? Okay, go for it. Go twice. Drop the right shoulder back. Try to get more flat-footed with the feet. There you go. That's a little bit more pressure. Keep going. Put the right heel into the ground a little bit better so the foot is more dorsiflex, and when it hits, it lands and rolls over, okay? Because again, even with the curves, even doing that, that's happening every time. So those are the things that I would coach when I told him about, when I talked to him about doing circles. Staying flat, keeping that shoulder back, and staying in the curve. You want to try, Joe? Not bad. Open up the curve a little bit more. Circle. Make the circle a little bigger. Not bad. You see the right foot, how it's bouncing every time? Okay, that's good, Joe. So we're losing time there. We don't want to lose time. We want to be as quick as possible. Everything counts. Okay. Let's go for the figure eights. You guys know figure eights? Yeah. You tried it one time before?
Yeah.
All right. So look. Around this way. Around that way. Make it around this way. Yep. And every time you get on the curve, I want to see frequency. Okay? You know the difference. Okay. Go that way. Good. Quick. Oh. You're supposed to go that way and come around.
The other figure eight. She was doing the S curves you were talking about.
Yeah, that's runs, right? There you go. Keep coming all the way around. Good. All right, good. That's good. So now on this next one, try to be a little bit more flat-footed. Try one more time. Keep your breath. When you get into the curve, open up a little bit more because you're a little choppy. It's a little bit too much up and down. We want to still feel the pressure of the ground. So you're doing this. What I want you to kind of do this. See how I'm still kind of covering ground without these little movements? You still want to open up just a little bit. So there is a difference between being choppy and being quick, okay? Let's see. Quick. Open up. That's better. A little too choppy, but not bad. This one was pretty good down here. So when you get into the curve, if you get real choppy like that, you're not putting as much force and pressure. You're kind of fooling yourself, kind of spinning a little bit. You really want to get that foot down, push as much as possible into the curve that way as you're getting ready. Why? Because when I get down here, all those centrifugal forces that I just built up pushing this way, when I take off, you're going to throw me over the bar this way. Okay? Does that make sense? All right. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Another drill. Let's do the rake drill since it's here. All right. Yeah. Sarah, let's try it.
Okay.
So what I want you to do, this is the Wolfgang drill I was telling you guys about in the class. You're going to hold it here. All right. Allow this rake to kind of lean you in a little bit.
Okay.
And you're just going to bring frequency around the curve and land flat, okay?
Okay. Take it up.
That's perfect. So start off flat. No, just allow it to. Don't worry about trying to lean. This should pull you in a little bit because it's a little bit heavy here, okay? Bring the hands a little closer together. Okay, let's see. Just do a U.
Okay.
All right? This is the drill. And she can have even more frequency in the curve. You want to try, Joe? She could have even more frequency in the curve. Not be too choppy, but more frequency, okay? Quicker, not faster.
So you would use something like with a little bit heavier on the inside? Okay. Not just like a straight PVC pipe then?
No, because there's not going to be any weight there
Okay.
on the inside.
Okay.
Not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad. So this is the Wolfgang drill. It's one of the drills that I use.
Are they supposed to still force their shoulder back, their outside shoulder back with this?
No, just stay straight, okay? You could, but I think that ends up changing the trajectory of the weight there. You just want it to allow you to lean in, okay? At the end of the day, you want to be here, right, with the shoulders. And as you're coming in, everything stays in a line here. So when I jump, I'm here, not here, okay? So we overcompensate. Sorry, I'm talking about back to you, but that's the angle that you want to be at. So when we overcompensate with the shoulder and we do that counter steering, if I'm able to put the shoulder back here, hopefully by the time I take off, I'm here. Not here with my chest open and my shoulder towards the bar. This is gonna throw me into the pit. This will keep me here. Give me a second to get here, hit the vertical, turn, and go over the bar. A lot of times people have that problem with going here. Okay? All right. So the other one I like to do sometimes as well is which is in my warm up here is the continuous pop off. So again we'll do the circle drill, but this time we're gonna pop off. Okay? Yeah, 3 or 4 steps. So all it's gonna be, it doesn't have to be high. We're gonna do the same circle drill. We're gonna add a pop off with it. Doesn't have to be high. It's more so going horizontally based, continuing the horizontal velocity. Because we want to get them off the last 2 steps as quick as possible. If you're in the right position, you should get thrown up there. All right? It's not like you got to go and drive, because that's going to be slow and that's going to end up having you plant and it's going to take a long time. So this is going to be every few steps. Cool. Again, stay back, okay?
You want that way?
Whichever way.
So do you have them do it on both, basically go
I
both
actually
ways?
do have them do both ways on this one. And I know you won't, if you're a one-sided jumper, you're not going to do both, but I mean, because you're only going to jump from one side. But again, somebody asked in the class, I like to try to be as balanced as possible if we can. All right?
Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry if I'm good. Too high. Try to push more forward. Quicker on the ground. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. So that's the thing. You want to pop up so high. I want you to go this way. I don't want you to go so high. Sorry, hopefully you didn't hurt yourself.
She stayed upright.
Yeah, push them in, get them a little nudge, especially when they're coming through here. If they're slowing down, push them through. You want to try it, Joe? Okay, lean back a little bit. There you go. Now we're tall. All right, stop, Joe. When you jump, how do you normally jump with your arms? So when we jump and we do drills, we always do that. Okay, let's try it again. So again, sometimes we get that disconnect where we're coming in through here and we're doing something different. Now I'm doing single arms. You don't ever do single arm when you jump. Do double arm, you know? Better, lean back. Now he's starting to get tall. He's not so far forward.
Push him.
He's not a short guy anymore. He's tall. Okay, good. That's good stuff. Yeah, I had to push him. So those are continuous pop-offs with a little bit of a run. Now, Sarah, let's try the same thing, but continue the pop-offs. So that one was running continuous pop-off, and we can do the same thing with a continuous pop-off. Can you do that? All right. Yeah. Lower and quicker. Lower and quicker. I'm going to push you. Come on now.
You can stay away from you.
All right, good. Not bad. All right, give it up for Sarah and Joe. Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you. All right, couple more things. Let's come over here. Sarah and Joe. mind if I call you Jose? Jose, you don't mind if I call you Joe, do you? No. Okay. All right, so remember we talked about starting off slow. I don't need to coach some hurdles. You don't have those little hurdles, do you? The little 60 hurdles?
Actually, we do. Where's Vamos?
You got a key?
All right, let's back up. We'll let them get those and then we'll try those.
How
We'll
many
try. Give me 4, please. Go ahead and back up. I'm gonna have them do something else. So another thing we can do too, as we're preparing to get ready to get warmed up and jump, we can do rhythm runs. So we can start there and just pop off forward. And again, when we pop off, we don't want to have this huge height. We want to pass over the last 2 steps. Maybe just go a little bit wider so you don't run into that stuff. Yeah. Push the stuff over a little bit. All right. And again, postural integrity is key, you know. You get too far forward, now our center of gravity is pointing down, everything's going this way. We want to be in a neutral position as best as possible. All right, let's continue. Yeah, just go straight. So you, on the 12, yep. That's all right. That was 10. What did he do? Not as efficient as you should have did. Exactly, 2 arms. He should have did 2 arms instead of 1. Thanks, Coach. I appreciate it. So 2 arms. Let's try it. Not bad. That was pretty good. Did you hear the tempo of how you came off the last 2 steps? Yeah, that's exactly what you want. It wasn't a super high jump. It was just more horizontal velocity. Very close to the long jump. Pretty much the same as long jump, the takeoff, okay? All right, let's bring it in. We can see. So what I would normally do, I'm gonna have you do it, sir. What I would normally do is find out wherever they take off from. Again, if she was a 3 foot or 3 feet from away from the bar, I would start here and I would just take about 2.5 steps, put this one down, and then go 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So now I'm gonna try to help her get flat. So each step, try to land flat on each step, and run off the ground. Okay. So actually, come a little closer. You don't even have to be that far back. All you're gonna do is this. Pop the points. Okay. You hopped onto your penultimate. So start a little bit slower. Start here with the left foot here, and then step with the heel, and step flat on the takeoff. Nice, nice. What did she lose on that though? 2 things that I saw that were sticking out. Any ideas, guys? What's your thoughts, Sarah? What do you think? You were too far forward at the takeoff, and another thing was you went like this. And I don't know if you take off with single arm or double arm. Try it again.
So you're not worried about like leaning into anything, right?
No, not right now.
You're just focusing on the footwork part.
Yeah, footwork and posture. I want her to be tall. She can lean back a little bit. It'll be fun. Exactly. We want to emulate everything that we're going to do in the jump as best as possible. Try it again. And we can do this 1,000 times. We can do this all day. You know. So that's why I said 10, 15 times before they start. Get the rhythm of it. Better. You got to push through. You see how you stopped your momentum here? That means when you put your foot down, everything stopped. You didn't put the foot down and continue to speed through. Try it again where you continue to speed through. So again, this is one of those ones where you could push them through. It's okay. Try it one more time. We can do this all day.
After lunch.
Huh? Yeah, hands should just block here. Okay? Let's try it again. That's where you should go. You hear the tempo? You see how much quicker you got off the ground? That's where you should go. So we do that 10, 15 times every time before practice. Or we do it 60, depending. Now I'm going to add 2 more steps. So this is going to be 4 in between here now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why is that 4? 1, 2,
strides a little bit longer into the curve.
Because, huh? You're pushing.
You're bringing it around, or like you're pushing into the
Yeah, I guess that's kind of like in a roundabout way. So what it is from your 8 step to your 9 step is usually longer. So really it's 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? 7, 8, 9, 10. It's not 7, 8, 9, 10. They're not equal because you're trying to get this penultimate step as quick as possible. So when they do that, it elongates the step a little bit more. So you want to create a little bit more room here. Okay? So let's try it again. Now we're doing 4 steps. Now that we're adding speed, Sarah, what are we going to do different? Trick
Frequency.
Nothing. We're gonna do the same thing we just did. We're just adding 2 steps, all right? So start. It's the same
That's
thing.
it. Yeah, I was just
start,
getting this.
start with the left foot forward and then step over with the right. Try to be every step flat. Not bad. Let's try one more time. Push through. Imagine me pushing you through. Okay? And try to be more flat on the penultimate. Not bad. Hopped on some penultimate and she didn't push through as well. Let's try one more time. Yeah, we can do this all day. Stay low over the hurdle, not stay low here. Because your hips eventually, like guys, when you're up back here, this is the plane of your hips, right? As they're coming, once you get into the curve, they drop down. How do they drop down? What's your thought? What do you guys think? Do they drop down because I'm sinking down this way? They drop down because I'm leaning. Okay? Now my hips drop down here. And then we take off. Like that. If we do this, we're losing. We're jumping out of holes. We're hopping onto the penultimate. First of all, we're going to lose the pressure in the curve. Second of all, now we're coming up to come down to come back up again. We're wasting time. Okay? Right, not bad. Stay tall, use both arms. But did you feel the tempo? Your tempo was nice off the ground. Try that again. Feel that. Not bad, not bad. It's okay. It takes time. It takes time. So if I felt like they still couldn't get it, I'll do that too for a while. We'll move it out. And then we can even add more. Say she was getting that really quickly and that was okay, great. I'm a right-footed jumper, by the way. I'm trying to demonstrate this. Let's do 6 steps, or let's run into it. Okay, great. No time wasted. See where I'm going? See my speeds? Try it.
Run into it?
Yeah. A little bit better. Give her a visual of me doing it. Now she can say, okay, that's what I am. Exactly. Those are the things that she needs to do. Any questions?
When you're after they come off the penultimate step, do you focus on heel drag to help push them forward at all, or you just want to just strictly run off and not worry about what the feet like?
So a lot of times with free leg, you can control it if you slow down. Okay? But if you're running effectively, you was in the class, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Remember when Gussie did this?
Yeah.
He wasn't worried about his knee drive. He wasn't thinking, I got to really punch that knee. It's already coming through because of his running mechanics. Okay? So every action has an equal and opposite reaction. If I'm in the right position here coming in, that's already happening. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
I get jumpers with stuff their foot. How do I get control of that when you take
Toe drag.
yeah.
Toe drag.
Like this?
Remember what I said. If they step over this,
Yeah.
right, and you go to drag your foot, that's going to happen.
Okay.
Every time.
I'll work on it.
This is a great drill for that. Great drill for dragging your foot.
How far was that first hurdle?
This one right here, remember, depending on who they are, level, if they're high school, if it's a girl, maybe she's taking off 2.5 feet away, I would just take about 2.5 steps. And again, it's a gauge. She might say, it feels like I'm too far away. It's a gauge. Remember, everybody's different. So this is a general measurement. Any other questions? Everybody knows everything there is to know about hydrogen now.
Yeah.
Well, you're the teacher.
Until the video comes out, right?
You have an early jumper, right?
would tell my athletes to start here, find about a middle axis of the standard, which again we can talk back. I got another thing about that in a second. Start here and then put about a half step forward and then turn in. That's where I want to go. This is where my foot should be. Okay.
Wow.
All right, guys. Where's the bar at? Do we have a bar out here?
Yeah, it's on the-
Can you grab the bar? We got a bungee too. I very rarely jump with the bungee. If there was like an athlete that was like super scary, maybe I might jump with the bungee. Just to help them try to get over the fear of it. But the bungee doesn't really tell you a lot, you know? Throughout my career, I didn't jump much with the bungee. All right, gather in, guys.
Wait.
You know, all right. All right. Last little Amy Nieto coaching cue or tip. Before we have to go to almost time. All right. So, where do we measure when we measure?
Wherever you want, just as long as you're consistent.
Possibly. Possibly. How do you get consistent though? That's the key. How do you get consistent? Because standards are different. You know, these standards are different from those standards. So if you're telling me measure from the middle, well, this middle is different from that middle. What's consistent? Anybody know?
Your athlete's model.
Yeah,
The bar. The crossbar.
The bar. Wherever the bar ends is always the same spot. Okay? That's the consistency. So if I told my athlete to measure from the bar, they're gonna come here, they're gonna look up, oh, here's the bar, I'm gonna measure right here. Actually, the zero actually starts here, so I'd have them measure right here, right in front of the standard. Okay? So the zero starts there. That's where I'd have them measure wide. Okay? Last little tidbit. Consistency is key, guys. Okay? They measure out 10, 11 feet, however far they're wide, measure back. Okay? If you want to figure out how to try to get it straight, remember geometry, sophomore year, Pythagorean theorem. A squared times B squared equals C squared. That should obviously give you your straight mark. And you should be able to, if you have two tape measures, you measure from here to get that C, and then from there, and then you measure them up. Just put them together there. So that's how you get it straight.
Do you think different shoes that the jumper uses does different effects on the
Shoes, when it comes to shoes, I'm like this. What shoes feel most comfortable to you? Some shoes are real flimsy and they don't give a lot of good stability. And if every time you're jumping, I'm seeing your foot is like ankle is rolling onto the ground, probably don't want those shoes. No matter how great they feel, you want to find some stable, comfortable shoes for you. Okay, so yeah, shoes can play a big difference. You know, I had some shoes that I jumped in, and they were very light. I really liked them. I was like, oh, these shoes are so light. These are great. Well, I was in Japan and I jumped at this meet and my foot slid like that much in the shoe, right? Like, you know how your foot is in there and you can kind of slide it around? It slid that much. I jumped, I cleared the bar, PR, I was excited. I'm like, yeah, right. I go sit down. They're like, what height do you want to go to next? Put it to 7, 8.5. Put it to 7, 8.5. Cool. And I look down, my shoe is torn from here all the way to here, right? The whole part right here. Well, they were flimsy shoes. They're very light. They felt great and everything, but wasn't the shoe I needed to jump in. You know, I had to shut down the whole competition. It was over. Sucked because it was that PR that day. I probably could have jumped higher. You know? So, yeah, find some good stable shoes that are not going to fall apart on you. Yeah.
What's your suggestion with the multi-sport and the coach that's coaching high jump, pole vault, and hurdles?
Uh-huh.
When do you want the high jumper to be practicing? At the beginning of the practice, at the end of the practice? And they're probably multi-event athletes.
Every kid.
And what else are they doing that day?
Probably other jumps and probably hurdling.
I like to say that long jump and high jump coincide with the takeoff. So if you pair those two together, you probably can't lose with that. What's first or second? You know, whatever is going to wear the athlete out, you got to think about how they're going to be able to maintain throughout the whole day that you're going to coach them, you know. I'm gonna put the heavier stuff in the beginning, so then the lighter stuff, they're still efficient at it. What point in time in the season is it? You know, is this all about quantity more than quality? You know, is it now I need to be quality? Well, okay, we're gonna only take 3 jumps here in the high jump, or 6 jumps stay in the high jump. We're gonna take 3 jumps in the long jump, and you know, like you got to play with that. You know what I mean? And find out which events complement each other the best. That'd be my best answer to that.
Do you do scissor kicks as warm-ups ever or anything like that?
I do sometimes, yeah. I'll put the bar low, have them run, make sure they're passing through the bar really well, and I'll keep the bar pretty low. Unless they're getting pretty good at it, then I'll move it up. But yeah, scissors are all right. Some coaches don't like scissors because when you land, there's an opportunity to hurt the knee there. But I never hurt my knee. Doesn't mean that it can't happen. So you know, just be safe. You know? Anything else? Any other ideas?
Can you repeat what you said about getting their mark from the standard?
Oh, yeah. So basically I was saying the thing that's most consistent is the bar. So all standards are different. This one's kind of wide. I've worked with other ones that are skinny. Those are different from these, you know. So you always want to measure from wherever the bar is at.
Well, I mean, where their jump spot.
Where they're taking off
Yeah.
from?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So yeah, basically I'll look to see where the standard is. Again, these are all different. So you could have the bar here and just put your hand out to about arm's length. Put the feet together and go about a half step. Turn it in. Point it to the back part of the corner there. And that, put a piece of tape right there. That'd be your takeoff mark.
Okay.
Again, it's a gauge too. You know, you could say, oh, that's perfect spot. And then for somebody else, it's not. You know what I mean? Or maybe you think that's a perfect spot for that one person. They keep taking off and close to, or you know, here as opposed to being here. But they're clearing the bar every time, and their angle is great, and their height, the center of mass is perfectly over the bar. That might be where they need to jump. There's no universal thing to it, you know. Or maybe you put the tape there and they're outside and they're doing that. Cool. You know, as long as we're getting what we need to get here, that's a guide. That's to say, oh, you know what, that time. And if you find out that perfect spot where they take off and they cleared every time, or every time they cleared, they're on that spot, then you know. You say, oh, okay, well, you're perfect on your takeoff mark that time. Or you were too far behind, or you were way over your mark that time. You crashed right into the bar. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? It's just a guide.
We have 3-part pits, 3-section pits, and I tell them, don't go past the first seam, and because that's going to put you about at the center of the bar, which is the lowest point on our bars at least. And so I just give them a gauge like that and say, don't go past this.
Yeah.
And if they do, I'll move them back. So it should be somewhere in between the standard and that first.
This is your box.
Yeah.
This is your box. Jump in this box here.
Yeah.
You keep getting down here, well, I'm standing here now. Jump, don't kick me. You know, like, jump. You know?
Yeah.
So they don't get past me, and that gives them the idea like, oh shoot, I only have. I actually just saw a little picture, and Cliff had a really small bar that stopped about here, and he had